At number 10 is God of War. God of War, one of the best action franchises of all time. One of the great combat systems of all time, which was greatly inspired, in my opinion, by Devil May Cry. So God of War is the story about Kratos going out in revenge against the gods because of the loss of his family. I don't want to go much into details about the story, but if you're a PS fan, you probably have played God of War. God of War is a great game, so much epicness when you play the game. It's just freaking awesome. The first God of War came out on PS2, and I think defined the action genre in that generation. High point for God of War has to be God of War 1 for me. Has the best story. Low point in the franchise? Well, maybe God of War 2. I didn't like it that much. But God of War 3 takes the cake in epicness. At number 9 is Mortal Kombat. For me, Mortal Kombat is the greatest fighting franchise of all time. And I know Street Fighter is pretty good also, but it's just when I was growing up, Mortal Kombat was the one when you go to the arcades and it was magical every time someone pulled like a fatality that you didn't know. In the past, there were no internet. So every time you saw a crazy fatality, you were like, oh, freaking awesome. And then like, people were like covering up so that you couldn't see how they pull off those crazy fatalities. For me, my favorite characters have been Raiden, Johnny Cage, and Sub-Zero. Those were my 3 favorite characters. I always used them. High point in the series, Mortal Kombat 2. I think it's the best one of all of them. What a tight fighting system that one had. Low point in the series, hey, Mortal Kombat 4. Those weird cinemas, that's what I have to say. The future looks bright for Mortal Kombat. At number 8 is Uncharted. What can I say? Uncharted, I think, represents the pinnacle of this generation in video games. Great graphics, great storytelling, and I always believe that this is how Tomb Raider should have evolved in the future instead of what we have for Tomb Raider today. But, you know. Drake, treasure hunter, kicking ass, great action game, great cinematics. You almost feel like you're in a movie while playing this game. Also, Uncharted 2 has one of the best multiplayers. And I know, you're saying, why did I put Uncharted in here when you haven't played Uncharted 2, but I'm gonna play it very soon, and Uncharted 1 is just enough to make it to this list, in my belief. High point in the series is, of course, Uncharted 2, even though I haven't played it. It is the high point of the series, game of the year last year. Low point, well, hard to say. There's no low point right now for this series. And the future looks bright. Hollywood is going to make a movie pretty soon about Uncharted. Oh, yeah. At number 7 is Resident Evil. Or Biohazard in Japan. Well, I think that sounds better. Well, what can I say about Resident Evil? Resident Evil is one of the games that really redefined the survivor genre. Or survivor horror genre. Resident Evil... the first trilogy was all in Raccoon City about trying to get away from a zombie infestation caused by Umbrella. Well, part 1 wasn't mentioned. Favorite Resident Evil 4. I think I love Resident Evil 4 and more for the Wii. I think the Wii controls really expanded that game, so that's my high point in the series. Low point in Resident Evil series. Maybe the movies. You know how much those suck. And I'm really looking forward to playing Resident Evil 5 with the Move controller. So, I think Resident Evil looks good. The future is bright. We'll see you in the next game soon. At number 6 is Kingdom Hearts. What can I say? I never thought I'd love a game where Square and Disney merge into one great game. Oh, whatever. Kingdom Hearts is a crazy story, but it's a great game. I like all the Square characters merging into the world with Disney. Favorite moment has to be when Squall and Cloud fight alongside against the Nobodies. The storyline, it's out there, you know. It's kind of weird. You have to understand and always remember to play the Game Boy Advance game for Kingdom Hearts. Later came out on PS1. To know the gap between Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. Also love the moment where Mickey got mad and Mickey, his mean streak got out when Goofy got hurt. That part of the game was pretty awesome. High moment in the game. I think the high point in the series is Kingdom Hearts 2. That's my favorite of all the Kingdom Hearts. I haven't played the PSP game, so I'm looking forward to play that one sometime. There's not too many games. Low point in the series, well, maybe the DS game. I didn't like that one that much, but you know. Kingdom Hearts 3, when it's coming. Come on, Square, give us what we want. When Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming. So the future looks bright for Kingdom Hearts. At number 5 is Devil May Cry. Here you see it, guys. The real Dantes. The real Dantes. Please stand up. Please stand up. And that motherfucker right there, that's the real Dantes. Not that MO biatch that Capcom shows a month ago. So I just wanted to get an intro there for the real Dante. Devil May Cry for me is the best action game I have played in history. And that's saying a lot. People remember before Ninja Gaiden or God of War, Devil May Cry turned the action genre upside down with a style of action that we haven't seen at that time when the game came out in PlayStation 2. Devil May Cry is the pineapple of the series. Devil May Cry 1, I mean. Hype moment in the series. For me, my favorite game of all the Devil May Cry series is Devil May Cry 3. And that's the game that we have the real awakening of Dante, not that, crappy shit that is supposed to be coming from Ninja Theory. Low point in the series? Devil May Cry 2. Either way, I can't say the future looks bright for Devil May Cry, but still, I'm gonna keep being a big fan of the Devil May Cry series. At number 4 is The Legend of Zelda. What can I say about this franchise? One of the greatest franchises of all time. The first game came out with the NES, and it was revolutionary because there was no internet at that time, so you really had to, talk to the gaming community to find out your way out of the original Legend of Zelda game. As each game has evolved between each system, every time Zelda just keeps getting better. Nintendo knows how to make this series works and be relevant after so many years. The new Zelda on the Wii for next year is looking phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. I think that game's gonna be Game of the Year next year. High point in the series, Ocarina of Time is my favorite Zelda of all time. I can't lie to you guys. Low point in the series. That's hard. There's a low point for Zelda? Well, maybe those games that came out on the Panasonic 3DO, but they don't count. They're not in the canon. So, Zelda, what can I say? One of the greatest franchises of all time. At number 3 is Final Fantasy. What can I say about Final Fantasy? I already made a video of my top 10 Final Fantasy games of all time. So if you guys want to, you can check it out and you can see my review of all the franchise. Final Fantasy, that's the game that makes me play RPGs. It's the emotion of its story is different. How you get involved in the world. Squaresoft, not before they turn into Square Enix and start fucking everything up, but Squaresoft used to make great games, and Final Fantasy is their pineapple. It's their main series that have made so many millions of bucks for Squaresoft. High point in the series. Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 10, Final Fantasy 6. Those are my 3 main Final Fantasy games, or favorite Final Fantasy games. Favorite moment, of course, is Sephiroth killing Aerith. That's a big moment. And low point in the series. I guess right now Final Fantasy 14 is getting bad reviews, but there's a lot to look forward to. Final Fantasy 13 Versus is looking good. At number 2 is Metal Gear. Yes! Hideo Kojima. What can I say about the man? He's one of the greatest developers of all time, and he created one of the greatest series of all time, and that's Metal Gear. Each game is the same principle, saving the world from nuclear disaster, but it's the struggle of Snake getting to that end game. That's what, really cuts you in the game. The storyline is crazy as hell, but it involves you better than any type of movie out there. The gameplay also, how to sneak around, it's just phenomenal. I just love this series. There's no low point in this series. Maybe Metal Gear 2 could be the low point because you have to play with Raiden, and Raiden was a crying little bitch. But it looks like they're gonna change that and make Raiden better in Metal Gear Solid Raiden. High point in the series. I still love Metal Gear 1 as my favorite, but Metal Gear 3 is close there. Metal Gear 4 just was phenomenal. What can I say? I admire Hideo Kojima for the great developer that he is, and Metal Gear represents how a game should be made in the production value and the entertainment, and giving the gamers a bang for their money. And my number one game of all time is Booyah! Super Mario Brothers. The Super Mario franchise has meant a lot to gaming, so that's why I chose this franchise to be number one. Shigeru Miyamoto, sorry if I pronounced it incorrectly, just created the most iconic character in video game history. Pure and simple. Before there was Master Chief, Solid Snake, there was Mario. Or Sonic too. But there was Mario. And Mario was the first star in video game. Mario, a generation grew up playing Mario, including me. And the first game that I played of Mario was Super Mario Bros. 1. It was just freaking awesome, that game. Getting to the end level, fighting each castle to reach to Koopa until you finally beat it and save the princess. The classic story of saving the princess. And it's still not all to this day. After so many Super Mario Brothers or the 3D Mario games, the series has not lost a step. It's still freaking good. And case in point is Super Mario Galaxy 2. That I think is game of the year right now this year. And I have played some good games this year, including Heavy Rain and God of War. But I still believe the Super Mario Galaxy 2 should be game of the year. And the fat ass plumber has not lost his step. It shows that gaming is not about killing a million people or shooting, with no purpose. Gaming shows that it's about fun. And there's no game out there more fun than Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario Galaxy or New Super Mario Bros. Wii. So to say 25 years later, and that Mario is still relevant in gaming, hey, Mario almost feels like the Metallica of metal. Metallica has been so many years around, they're still relevant today. I think the high point in the series is Super Mario Galaxy 2. It's a great game. And Super Mario Bros. 3 for me is the best game of the Super Mario 3D games. So what can I say? Super Mario, congratulations for being number one game of all time for me. I don't know if you care, but well, I just wanted to do this video so you YouTube land could learn of what type of gamer I am. So if you may notice from my list of my favorite franchises, I'm more into RPGs, platformers, and action games and adventure games. So that's why you didn't see any shooters on my list. And it's no offense against the Halos, the Killzones, the Resistance of the world. I know they're all great games, or the Gran Turismo of the world also for racing. I know all of those are great games, but for my style of gamer, I'm more into the single player experience. Either way, I still play online games sometimes, like Ghostbusters or Uncharted soon. So, and Twisted Metal, when that baby comes out, that'll be great. Also, I want to learn from you guys. Give me your list or do a video reply. Tell me what are your top 10 games of all time. I want to learn and see the type of gamers that you guys are. It doesn't matter if it's from the Xbox, for the PS3, for the Wii, for the Super NES, N64. I don't care. I just want to see your list and learn what type of gamers you are. So comment, video reply, people. So this has been Dantes signing out, saying thanks guys for staying the whole 10 games. See ya.